Hey there, Mika here with Unipod Rising. I was going to sit down and put together a whole video and actually try and take some time to prepare because I've been kind of winging it. Just trying to fit it in between returning to work and doctor visits and home stuff and whatever, right? And I really want to try and get a little bit more, I don't want to say regimented, but intentional with these videos. And so I sat down to start kind of putting some thoughts together to speak on. And there are quite a few things I want to talk about because I've got a lot of people in my life who either are really close to me and I care about greatly, or even like peripherally people I don't know that well, but have shared some things with me. And I'm finding that a lot of people are suffering with anxiety. And I want to talk about anxiety and fear and how those types of thought processes get stuck in kind of loop form, and we end up kind of moving away from the life we intend to live and the life that's intended for us to live, because we're not supposed to be miserable. One thing I definitely felt after my accident was I did not survive this so that I can stay on earth to be miserable. I just don't believe that. And so I knew at that point that happiness was a choice. Now, it's not always an easy choice to come to, and we're living a life that can get overwhelming. So you really have to have some baselines for yourself and some practices that help you kind of center. You know already, if you've seen any of my videos or follow me or know me at all or seen any of my posts, that meditation and mindfulness have been huge for me. And so I want to share a little bit about that in an upcoming video. But for the moment, I just want to kind of open that conversation up a little bit. If you have any questions or anything you'd like for me to address in the realm of fear-based thinking and anxiety and how I'm facing those things and moving past them, you can leave it in the comments. If you don't feel comfortable with that, then just send me a DM or an email or a text if you have my phone number. Like, it doesn't have to be asked publicly. If you don't mind your name being shared, say so. If you don't want your name being shared, say so. But I also want to take a minute while I'm talking to you guys and kind of give you an update from today. I'm really tired. I had a really great first session of gait training today. This gait specialist, oh my gosh, she's awesome. She's nice, but she's serious. Like, she's not playing, and she will push you. But she's like, she's great, right? She's not like, what's the word I'm looking for? She's not like a drill sergeant in that she's unkind or anything like that. But she's serious, and if she sees that you can do more, that you can handle something else, she'll do it. She'll push you there. And it didn't take very long today before she took my cane away. Right, like, I have been walking between the parallel bars the 4 previous times I've walked, and she watched me a couple of times and took my cane and said, "You don't need this." And physiologically, she was right, in part because part of the idea is you're going to fall. Get over it. Just get over it. Here's what you want to make sure that you do when you fall, right? Like, try to turn into it, like, go for the shoulder. Definitely don't try and catch yourself because you could break a wrist. You could deal with a bruised shoulder more readily than a broken wrist. So she basically was just like, stop being afraid of falling, accept that you're going to fall, and know that it's not terminal. Falling is not terminal. She didn't say that, but I just did. So the vast majority of my session today was done straight up, no assistive device, just me and my prosthetic and sheer will and determination and a lot of nerves and some anxiety and all those things that I was talking about a minute ago, and fear-based thinking from past experiences, and some analysis paralysis, if you will. But it was a really good session. I left there drenched in sweat, physically like zapped, and hungry. Let me tell you, you burn more calories walking on a prosthetic than walking on two legs, and you definitely burn more calories walking on a prosthetic than sitting your butt in a wheelchair. And this is going to be good for my body. But right now, my body is pissed. It's not happy. My hip hurts. My back hurts. My shoulders and neck were already sore because I've been having those problems, and the fear-based stuff like makes you like clench up. So like all of this is like, she kept saying like, relax, have fun. And I was like, I can't, I'm thinking. So I did have fun in moments, but for the most part, like I'm really trying to, I have to focus. I haven't walked in a long time. I'm relearning what my body needs to do, and it is not the same as before. My body's not the same as before, and the process of walking is not the same as before. You don't have a sense of like, where's the foot? Like, where's the prosthetic foot? Where's the prosthetic? You have a general sense of where the leg is, but at this point, it's way too new. And if I take a step and put my foot down, I can't tell if I put it next to the other foot exactly or not. So there's a lot to get used to. But that's all part of the process, and you only get better at any given thing by doing it. And so I don't know that my body can handle anymore today, but tomorrow I will put the prosthetic back on because I still have it at home. Oh, I shrunk so much by like the last, not me, the whole me. That would have been nice if it happened that fast. But my leg length shrunk down enough by the end that the suction was starting to break. So I already called my prosthetist. I told Kirk that I needed a smaller liner because it's already starting to slip, and maybe a sock. And I talked to Kirk, by the way, about doing some videos so that he can give information. He's obviously so much more knowledgeable. I try to communicate things from my experience and also from what I can recall from our conversations. But obviously he's the dude, he's the guy, he's going to answer the questions. So look, you can look forward to some videos with him. I'm also going to talk to Nick and see if he wants to do some videos and talk about what we're working on in this specific instance. And I'm going to check my text for a second because I had asked my gait specialist if I could use her name in videos, and I really, it's important to me to be respectful of people. She hasn't responded, so I'm not going to use her name yet. But if she's game, then I want to do some stuff with her too, because she can speak to the experience in a different way than I can, right? She can give information that I don't necessarily have. So here's a fun one, and I'm going to make a meme of this. She and I had a text exchange afterwards, and I messaged her to tell her I was really sore, and that I was doing, this sounds so funny. So she told me I need to do tummy time like babies do. And that would passively and more, less aggressively help me get some of the stretch I need in my hip. So I let her know that I was super sore and that I was in the process of tummy time. And so we had a little exchange, and she said, every one day not walking, it takes 1 week to gain back the strength and endurance that's lost. So I did the math, and you guys, yeah, look for the meme. It's gonna break it down, 'cause damn, yeah, that's some math. That's something to chew on. What else? I think that's it for now. I had a really, really good first session. She assures me that I am well ahead of the curve. I hear her. I believe her because I believe she's being honest. But I can't yet internalize that, because for me, I'm still... I have always judged myself, measured myself, or by where I want to be. And in some respects, it's really good. In other respects, it's damaging. So I'm much better now about pulling out afterwards and saying, okay, this is good progress, and, kind of metering all that. But in the moment of, I'm super focused. Like, I'm not going to New Braunfels to do a session. And this one was one-on-one. Normally it's a small group. Usually she said 2 or 3 people, but she wanted to do a one-on-one session so she and I could get acquainted, and also that she could get a sense of where I am and give me some tips to start, processing. But I wasn't going to go into that session that's such a gift and not be fully focused. Like, I get she wants me to have fun. I'll have fun. I'll have fun outside. In that moment, I'm like, we got work to do. So, I don't know, maybe down the line I'll feel differently about this, but at this point in my life, that's not something I feel the need to adjust for myself. Somebody else may not like it because I don't look like I'm having fun or whatever, but my priority is taking as much as I can and focusing. And I also know that when you talk about activity, right, and you're learning something physical, you want to build the best possible habits so that... Does anybody want a chihuahua? Duncan! You want to build the best possible habits, because it's much harder to undo bad habits than it is to create good habits. And so I'm super, super focused from the beginning at establishing the best habits to build upon. So yeah, I'm kind of intense. I'm super intense sometimes. But that's what's going to make me successful with this walking thing and anything else I take on more quickly. And so there's a level of fire that ain't nobody going to put out. So that's it. I'm going to stop babbling about everything. Like I said in the beginning, if you have any questions about fear, anxiety, those types of thought processes, and I know we all find that my dogs are protecting me from, I don't know what. Duncan! Why is it that the smallest ones are always the first ones to get all loud? If you have any questions about those types of things and how I manage them and how I work through them, please let me know. If you have any questions like that specific to your own circumstances, feel free to share that. Like I said before, you can do it in the comments, or you can send me direct messages. If you're enjoying the channel and you haven't yet subscribed, please feel free to do so. If you appreciate the videos, like them, comment, share anything you're prone to sharing. And most of all, thanks for sharing this journey with me. And I will talk to you all soon. Toodles!